Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.
I'm that movie guy. If you need it or haven't seen it, I probably have, or I probably own it.
And today we're talking about the Green Hornet.
This is one of my favorite TV shows growing up as a kid to watch reruns of. The original one had Bruce Lee and I forgot the actual American actor's name.
Van Williams.
There you go. No, it was a fun show to watch if you liked detectives and everything. But then 2011, we get this piece of shit. I'm sorry. Never really been a fan of the Franco Rogen type, thing.
I've never been a Seth Rogen fan, period.
Like,
I personally have not liked a single Seth Rogen film.
yeah.
Period.
And
I feel my intelligence dying as I'm watching his films.
yeah, I can see how that works. Like, to me, he was the next Jack Black.
But what we got with this Green Hornet film was a bro comedy instead of an action film that turns the major hero of the series into a bumbling idiot who should have been the sidekick. The role should have been reversed. So without further ado, and screaming children downstairs, this is the Green Hornet. The film starts with our main character, Britt, being taken to his father's work after being sent home from school. We see just how much of a dick as his father is.
I was trying to stop some bullies and they
Trying doesn't matter when you always fail.
Why would he say that to his child?
Because he wants his child to grow up to fail? Maybe.
Apparently.
I mean, look, I aspire to be more, and Mace Windu.
Ow. His father continues treating his son like shit, and we jump to 20 years later where our movie's villain, Chodnovsky, is having a meeting with James Franco, who is pissed off that Franco has opened a crystal meth operation, and Franco shows how old and retired Chodnovsky is, but he shows who's boss once he literally scares the shit out of Franco. To the point, he gets his point across with a bang.
I'll spread your legend. Hey, you forgot your briefcase.
Jumping to our grown-up Brit, we see how much of a partier he is, as he has a drunken night out with a chick, and the next morning his father once again treats him like shit over his actions. Brit ignores his dad and goes out again, but when he gets back, he learns his father has died due to an allergic reaction to a bee sting. But of course, our hero is too lazy to care about the paper and tells them they can do whatever they want with it. The next morning, Britt is pissed over his coffee tasting like shit and demands to know why, finding out he fired the entire staff. He calls the man responsible for good coffee named Kato, and the two get to know each other. Kato even shows him the car his father had him build.
What are you gonna do?
Hey look, it's the Wolverine of tires. Kato shows Britt more of his ideas, showing drawings of Bruce Lee, as the two get to know each other more, drinking over how much of an asshole his father really was, and they decide to go out and decapitate a statue of Britt's father. Britt then witnesses a couple being jumped, and we watch how much of an awesome fighter Kato is. Our heroes get away, but only to get caught in a cop chase, which ends with Kato turning spinners onto the cop and flipping it over, allowing them to get away. Britt then suggests that the two of them should become superheroes by letting people think of them as criminals in order to confuse them, and in order to do so, they head to the paper.
I knew Seth Rogen was gay. Yeah, as soon as a big burly guy comes up to him and says, "Hey, I got about a foot of dick for you," he drops to his knees, quivering. You know.
Was that guy's name Jared?
Subway, eat, kids.
After contemplating what they would call their mass vigilante, Britt's paper starts pushing the story, and we jump to our female lead, played by Cameron Diaz, who is a temp for the open secretary job. And since she happens to know criminology, because of course she does, she gives Britt ideas for his next move, and gives her a permanent job. We then get a montage of Kato working on the car and costumes while Britt relaxes and shoots the shit. We get a look at the Black Beauty, and we get our heroes joining in singing Gangster's Paradise.
Act your race, not your shoe color. Here's your shoe.
Oh, right in the kaniki.
For a superhero, you're always getting hurt.
Our hero has Diaz send the information on himself while failing at flirting, and the two head to a group of hoodlums demanding to know who they work for, and Kato quickly kicks the group's ass before they head to a meth lab and destroy the building. Our villain, of course, is furious over what's happened as he kills his drug dealer, and we then get a montage of our heroes stopping crime and Britt forcing the paper to print article after article. Kato then gives Britt a gift of a gas gun, but he takes it a little personal, thinking Kato thinks less of him, which of course ends with him using it on himself anyway.
No, how does it work?
First rule of any weapon, you never put it towards your face.
I got nothing. This is just giving me a headache.
See, I'm not the only one.
Our movie then heads towards the jealousy route as Kato and Lenore talk, and Britt instantly assumes the two of them are doing something, so he demands him to get him a coffee, but we see Kato getting fed up with the way he's being treated. So of course, Kato and Lenore actually have a date where they discuss her thoughts on the fact she believes the Hornet will be killed within a couple of weeks. We see our villain's plans.
What about the Hornet?
When Kato gets back to the house, Britt tells him of an email from our villain wanting to meet, and they argue over what they should do. Of course, the meeting is
It's a trap!
as our heroes are crushed into a hole and buried alive. Kato, of course, saves the day. As our heroes run for cover, luckily running away from everything, our villain and his minions throw it at him. Later, our two heroes begin insulting each other and fighting over everything. It gets to the point where the two of them begin beating the shit out of each other.
I'm mad he just Hadoukened. That was actually kind of funny.
Slightly entertaining.
Kato continues to kick Britt's ass around the house, destroying everything in the process until it ends with the two fighting in the pool. We learn Kato can't swim, so Britt saves him anyway. Britt then also fires Lenore, and we then get a montage of hired people killing anybody they see that is wearing green. The city escalates the danger of everything. Our villain then decides it's time for a change with his personality, as he decides he will now become Bludnovsky. Britt goes to Lenore and begs her to work for him again, which she eventually agrees to. The corrupt mayor calls Britt to set up a meeting between him and Britt at the same time. Kato gets an email from our villain about killing Britt, as both parties meet at a Japanese restaurant. Our mayor demands Britt to not print anything about him, as he reveals what happened to Britt's father, giving Britt a huge epiphany.
Decided to cut the strings.
I couldn't look myself in the mirror. I hated every word I said to you that morning, Britt.
So you start reporting on crime again. And now, Scanlon is a dead man unless he proves he's still in control. He has no choice but to organize a secret meeting with you. And he kills you himself. In the end,
The shit hits the fan as our villains start a shootout as Britt's cover is blown, and it begins a huge car chase scene around as our heroes try to get the flash drive to the paper, since it now has evidence of everything the mayor has done on it. The car chase continues as the Hornet takes out car after car, and they make their way to the paper as our idiot does something stupid yet again.
So the idiot decides to drop the flash drive.
Take me to the shrimps.
And now I'm sitting next to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Take me to the shrimps now!
Get to the chopper!
No!
You
Shrimps.
got to get the cookies. It's not about the shrimp, it's about the cookies.
I'm going to kill pepperonis.
They want my tortilla.
I'll give you a pizza with 9mm bullets on it.
It would be delicious.
You eat it, because I don't care.
No.
As Britt tries to get the drive back, Kato shoots from the car, and the fight goes around the entire paper until Kato finally gets the car unstuck. They turn the car into an automatic elevator, and the destruction of the building continues as the Hornet downloads the information to his computer, revealing that nothing was recorded. After the mayor tries to shoot our hero undercover, the Hornet finally acts like a hero.
That was kind of entertaining. Till he falls on his face like an idiot. No.
It's my way out!
No.
It's my way out!
No.
Our villain never even sees his death coming, Final Destination style. Our heroes threaten the mayor and the law enforcement show up before the Hornet does, and we watch as the mayor is killed via vehicle into the street. Our movie ends with Britt and Kato asking Lenore to help pull the bullet out as they hide out. They set up a fake speech where Kato shoots a blank at Britt to give him an excuse to go to the hospital. The film ends with Kato giving the cops the slip.
Get
No.
Here.
The
Give it-
movie's
here.
over. No, the movie's over.
It's over?
Yes. For those who don't know, he's trying to eat peanuts and he's allergic to them. Ironically.
It's a way out. I don't have to suffer through it.
Anyway, that was Green Hornet.
That was not Green Hornet.
No, it wasn't. It was nothing but a bro comedy that lacked any interesting anythings.
And to think the Green Hornet doing drugs but then saving people?
And
No.
honestly, for once, I have nothing to say. Because I am bamboozled by the film. So, if you like the film, good for you. I personally think it sucked.
Push the button.
I'm your superhero critic, and he's an asshole.
No, that movie guy.
That is an asshole.
That's Mr. That Movie Guy to you.
I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.